Welcome back to another episode of SmackDown Daily. And today I want to speak to all those people, all those hardcore capitalists, and all those hardcore socialists. Yeah, I'm speaking to you guys because you're both wrong. Remember, they're both, first of all, theories. So let's first talk about like the popular thing that capitalism is an oppressive theory, an oppressive economy, and you can't have it without slavery or this or that or that. Well, you know what? Slavery's been around like 10,000 years. And to be honest, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to speak for everybody, but like, my family came poor from Mexico and Colombia. And you know what? Even when we were poor here in this country, we were okay. Now you could say, yeah, the United States has exploited other places, other countries, and that would kind of be a valid argument. So to say to the extremes that like capitalism in itself is so oppressive, I think is definitely incorrect because it has brought as many innovations that have brought up the standard of life. Now, that socialism creates countries like USSR and China and oppressive regimes and somehow takes away our civil liberties. It's also wrong. That's been there all the time. Whether it be for religious purposes, cultural purposes, the censorship of people based on culture or religion has been there the whole time. It is not socialism's fault that people like Stalin and countries like China maybe get into an authoritarian society. That's not what it is. Come on, guys. That's not what it is. And to be honest, communal 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 societies have existed for people that are religious. It's right there, right? The first disciples, they believed in community. And what you give, you take what you need, and the rest of it is for the community. Okay, so those two issues are definitely way too much to the extreme, right? And for the pure capitalist people and for the pure socialist people, you have the same problem, and that is human nature, right? Like capitalism, you have like some greedy ass people, and you have people like Donald Trump, who, in the name of capitalism, really just believe in taking people's money, right? Oh, people with a little marketing can make you think that you need to buy some Trump steaks or you need to go to Trump University or put that Trump name when it adds zero value. I guess now it's probably adding negative value if you think about it. That's not capitalism. Capitalism's supposed to be when supply and demand meets the optimal productivity of an item, where true demand and supply is not made by this invisible thing, like invisible demand, like things that we don't really like even need, right? Like one example is like Apple. It's not my motherfucking capitalism where they create different chargers all the time and different little gadgets just so you have to buy it. It's like, dang man, like you getting more profits, but is that really profitable for society? Are we being the most productive having to buy like three or four different little switches, right? So that's different, right? And then in socialism, of course, is the lazy people. To take into account that, yes, some people are lazy. Not everyone, if everyone's going to work hard, not everyone's going to work for the greater good, right? We're going to be, some people are going to be like, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do, and that's it. And yes, if everyone's getting the same things, like unfortunately, some people are gonna be like, nah, dude, like, why do I gotta do this when I could get the same amount of money? And for those people that think that socialism promotes like handouts, like people want handouts, I don't think anybody really likes being poor, man. Like, like I think some people, rich people, are just kind of like woo when it comes to that. Like the government doesn't give that much money in unemployment for you to live a comfortable, happy life. And definitely not if you're adding more kids. So that notion that, hey, people add kids and socialism is gonna contribute to more people freeloading is that is true to a certain extent, but the rich people like freeloading too, right? Oh, what is passive income? Isn't passive income kind of that? Like you don't do nothing, you don't do anything, and you get paid, right? I mean, Trump hasn't done anything; he's got paid. Paris Hilton, look at these people; they haven't done really anything, and they got paid, right? And once again, it is both theories in nature. Both theories will be good, right? Like one of them, like capitalism promotes the individual. But dang, we're not just individual, homie. We're all together, man. We're all crew. We're the live crew, right? Like one thing that happens to you is gonna affect other people. So unless you want like people starting and that creates like right, like if we're just competition, like why am I gonna play by the rules, man? Like that fool Ben Shapiro who like always talks about like, oh, the market will solve itself. The market will solve. No, it won't. Because you got some players that are not playing by the rules, right? Because it's not everyone wants to play fair, man. Like that's just how it is. President Trump punk was a perfect example of that, right? Hey, we're pure capitalism, but hey, let's take from the government sector and privatize things and corrupt them and build monopolies, right? And same thing with like socialism, man. Like it's not gonna be like ideal. Like not everyone's gonna put in their time, man. You have your pothead worker, then you're gonna like share the means of production with them. Like, hey, or that person that doesn't come to work, or there's not gonna be a co-worker that's gonna be like, hey man, you know what? That's all mine, homie. I'm the one that did this. It's just human nature, peoples. So we really gotta look at is what economic theories, what things from both could we put together, right? Because even though we're all like a crew, hey man, if you ain't putting your part, homie, like we gotta cut you off. So it's a balance. It's a balance, a middle path, my friends. Don't demonize each other because of terms, right? Like, what do we want that sector of the market? What do we want it to do, right? And what will produce people, incentivize people to like do their best work because it's not all about the money. You could pay people a bunch of money, man. They don't want to looking like they got other things in life they want to do. They gonna want to work 20 hours. Oh, hustle, 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 hustle. Man, what about all those low paying job workers that hustle, 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 hustle? Shouldn't they get paid more money than the person getting passive income if it was a true capitalist? Right? And like I said, man, like everybody's a hypocrite. True capitalists, true socialists, we're all hypocrites, man. Because once it comes to us, hey man, I want my stuff, man. Don't be taking my shit. Or hey man, like capitalists, like I'm in trouble. I need some help. Help me out. Bail out the companies. Bail out the companies. During Corona, bail them out. Help the small markets. Well, like if your market sucks and couldn't survive the pandemic, isn't that like supply and demand? Like, hey, you were meant to be in the market, bye bye, boom, 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 boom. And never in capitalism was someone like Trump supposed to be able to like get bankrupt so many times. That's in the nature of capitalism. Oh, let's do this rule. So incentivize people from risking yourself. Man, you risk yourself too many times, you're gonna fall down. Right? Like, hey, there's things that you shouldn't do over and over and over. Just because you did something once doesn't mean you could do it over and over. All right, like you drank and you made it home, man. You don't remember how, but you made it home. That doesn't mean to do it, to do it, to do it, to do it again. Moderation, my friends. Moderation. Big pharmacy policy should be not a free market because people need medicine and we want people to be healthy. So think about the market and what's the point of the market? I'm out.